Hello, citizens of YouTube land.
Hey,
It's your president and your VP. And like we said, we be bringing more content. And well, we got a really interesting one for you guys today. We're going to be covering a little bit of In the Heat of the Night. And we couldn't think of any episode better to do than Walkout, which stars one of our all-time heroes,
O.J. Simpson. Yep, that's right.
Yes. For those of you who know, O.J. Simpson is a very controversial character, and
I didn't know he was a fictional character.
Well, yeah, he was a fictional character in the. I think they're the Leslie Nielsen movies, the Naked Gun movies.
Oh yeah,
yeah, he kind of plays himself in those.
That's true.
So that makes him a fictional character and a real life person, but OJ never really was, if we will. He never really was a real life person. He was always kind of a fake person. And as a result, let's get into this, okay? So for those of you who don't know, In the Heat of the Night is a television police procedural drama that focuses on small town America in the South, specifically a town called Sparta, Mississippi, which at the time of the series had a lot of racial tension because it's 1980s Mississippi. So we have a black detective who is the lead of detectives on the show, but we've also got a crusty old sheriff type in the form of Carol O'Connor, who plays Chief Gillespie. O.J. Simpson, it's not really important who he's playing because you're just going to call him O.J. Simpson anyways. But O.J. Simpson is a councilman in this episode.
Yeah.
Because in this episode...
So, a local union for a local factory goes on strike, right? They basically do what's known as a walkout strike, where they literally abandon their positions and walk out and go on strike, right? And they're saying that it's so bad that this strike could last up to 6 months, right? Hence why that the corporate greedy bad guy of the episode, spoilers, sorry, but the corporate greedy bad guy character, right? He wants to bring in some of these untrained employee, what they call scabs, into the factory to start working for him, right? Hence why he is in a close working relationship with our hero, OJ.
Because OJ doesn't actually really want this either, though. He doesn't really want his guys to cross over on the all-white picket line because it's only in... Sorry, guys, we got to do it like this. But it's only the white people who are willing to kind of strike, and it's the others, the scabs that they want to bring in that are colored because they're willing to do it for less. And that provides for a very sticky situation. Meanwhile, Mr. Corporate Evil Bad Guy has a little
hosting a party. Yeah. That the main detective guy is, going to be a part of. And that is where he meets O.J. Simpson, right? And O.J., he just immediately knocks a guy out with, one punch because apparently he thinks he's Floyd Money Mayweather. He's not, mind you.
Besides, we all know that ain't how OJ solves his conflicts, y'all.
No.
Not with a simple punch.
No, it's a little more stabby, but...
Hey, allegedly.
So anyways, after that, we see that OJ goes home, right? And he calls up the phone, and he calls up this woman. He's like, hey, keep the bed warm for me and all that. And
we actually skipped over a little bit because it's In the Heat of the Night, so you could do this.
Honestly, the plot, the way that we get to the big reveal kind of really doesn't matter because there's some stuff along the way. But yeah, like I said, after the party, he's kind of on the phone and whatnot with this girl, and he's like, hey, keep the bed warm for me and whatnot. Meanwhile, a shadowy figure appears behind him, and let's just say that OJ sleeps with the fishes. Who knew?
Yep. Because once again, as it turns out, OJ's crime in this case was the same crime he had in real life. He loved a white woman, y'all.
So, anyways, so the detective and the sheriff, they're kind of like going around town asking like why this had all happened, and then they go to this one African American woman, right, where OJ frequented and whatnot, and paid her $1,200 because his own people thought he was getting to be too white, right? And I have to ponder and be like, well, lady, you see, the thing is, OJ is the whitest black guy I know, because only a white guy can get away with murder.
That is correct.
So, anyways, after that happens, they're still kind of like confused on why that happens. And then another guy who happens to be the leader of the union, mind you,
finds out about it all.
Finds out about it, and he also winds up sleeping with the fishes, you know?
Via the same technique. Now,
Yeah.
I'll back up for just a little bit, because right before the party, there's this white lady wife who happens to be the wife of the evil corporate bad guy. So I think you could kind of see where it went from there.
Yeah.
Because OJ makes a comment about how they both talk to the most interesting and smartest woman in the room. You don't just go out and say that, OJ. What are you doing? It's Sparta, Mississippi. You're gonna sleep with the fishes. And he does. He does.
But before that, before the leader of the union guy dies, right? They bring in the working class scabs, right, into the factory.
Because the only thing that was keeping the scabs out, and safe, mind you, was, in fact, O.J. Simpson.
Yeah.
So once O.J. Simpson was made to sleep with the fishes, homeboy comes out of nowhere. He's like, yo, evil corporate bad guy. I understand that you're willing to give us some work, and I want to continue the mission of O.J. Simpson.
Because
so they
OJ,
get there.
He's like, I don't want his dream to die with him. And I'm like, okay, so apparently OJ is Martin Luther King, guys.
Yeah.
So, anyways, after that happens, right, they start working in the factory, but one of the reasons why the union is striking is because of unsafe work conditions. And we see this happen in real time because one of the guys legitimately loses his arm.
Yeah. It's kind of nasty, especially
for
1989
actually.
Television. You wouldn't really have expected that to happen. So anyways, Bubba, who's one of the police guys, and the lead detective, Detective Tibbs, and Chief Gillespie, they eventually put it together. And they go and they arrest the evil corporate bad guy right as tensions are at an all-time high, right? So they have arrested the evil corporate bad guy, and they says, hey, guys, just so you know, it had nothing to really do with the factory and the union and the strike. This was a case of O.J. Simpson loving the wrong woman, the evil corporate bad guy getting jealous, making him sleep with the fishes, cutting out the union boss because the union boss was going to do what they call blackmail up north, because it was a combination of blackmail and or extortion. But yeah, so all's well that ends well. But unfortunately, OJ, you couldn't live after having loved a white woman in this particular instance.
Yeah.
So guys, if you couldn't tell, we were having a lot of fun with this. Overall, though, the show itself is really, really good. And this episode, while it does bear a lot of striking similarities to what happens to OJ and his wife in real life a few years later, it by no means predicted the future or anything like that. It just kind of happened that way. Overall, though, the show In the Heat of the Night, if you've never seen it before, you should definitely go check it out. This is one episode that, in particular, that we recommend because it's a pop cultural reference. You're going to have a good time. If you know, everybody in the world knows what happened, so you can sit back, laugh at what a loser O.J. Simpson really was and really is. And so, yeah, overall, I give this. It's top notch, baby. It's top notch comedy, and I know that's not where they were going, but it's also unintentional.
Yeah.
It really is. For me personally, rating time 4.5 out of 5. What say you?
I'd also give it a 4.5 out of 5.
But hey, as always.
And with that being said, to finally conclude our thoughts on the episode real quick, at least OJ can sleep well knowing his wife's killer is dead.
That is true. Rest in peace, OJ. You did your job. You found the killer of your white lady lover. All's well that is well, baby.
Yeah.
So, with that being said, though, if you have seen In the Heat of the Night and you believe that it is the worst police procedural of all time, well then clearly you never saw Adam 999. Or actually it's Adam 99. William Shatner police drama. Yikes.
Oh.
Right away, police drama and William Shatner. That should tell you.
Yeah.
So anyways, guys, but hey, also, just remember, we're just two idiots with a webcam. Our opinions do not matter, except they actually do, because we have a YouTube show, except they actually don't. So, with that being said, guys, stay tuned, because next time around, we're going to finally get to something that we're trying to get out for you guys for quite some time. A two-parter coming out. What it is, well, you'll find out. Can't really give the big reveal for it.
I'll give you a hint with this sound cue.
All right. So with that, guys, there's only one thing left for us to say, and that, of course, is peace and love from Denny and Son. Bye.